What's up guys, and welcome to Masohendo Plays. Today we have another re-upload of a video game I played on my previous channel, Mason the Brock Henderson. While I'm still working on moving my backlog of videos over to this one, I will continue to upload current Let's Plays on that channel. I also do reviews of TV shows and movies on that channel, and if you want to see me talk soccer, you can check out my other channel, Blues and Stripes. But to try to get caught up as quickly as possible, I'll be uploading 2 videos per day until we get caught up to the present series that I'm on. But with all that being said, let's get to the video.
It's plain she cares for you very deeply.
And I her, which is why I had to let her go.
Opportunity beckons. Who among you is bold enough to heed her call?
I guess me.
Is that blade for hire, perchance? Because I have a mind to make a killing.
Figuratively, I hope.
Well,
literally.
Yes and no. A passing caravan carried with it a rumor most fortuitous for one in my trade, that an elder Dread Evis had been sighted in the fields of Carava. Dread Evis are aggressive beasts. Compelled as they are to acts of violence, few survive to maturity, but those that do develop a hide of phenomenal value.
A hide you want to sell?
Eventually, yes. Though I would have it tanned first that it might be crafted into marvels the likes of which the world has never seen. Dread Evis skin is a rare thing indeed, but the worked hide of a well-aged beast, now that would fetch such coin that Gilbert himself might weep with envy. Bring me that beast's skin, and I will share with you the bounty of our combined labors.
Let's see how much it is. I do not see any money there. But alright, I'll hunt your Evis.
Alright. I'll hunt your Evis.
Of course you will. When one lives in such troubled times, it is a fool who lets opportunity slip his grasp. Leave Tabor through the east gate, but take the path that branches west. Once you reach the checkpoint at Tovany, you are a mere stone's throw from the fields of Carava. I eagerly await your safe, and above all, triumphant return.
Quest accept. Skin trade. Well, alrighty then. Got another quest, I believe, up there. Alright, so there's the fields of Carava. Alright, now you, Milos.
Finally, no one was paying me the slightest heed.
Is something wrong?
At the university, the students would hang on my every word. Sadly, this far from home, I'm just a vagrant graybeard.
The university? You're a scholar.
A specialist in ancient cultures. The most accomplished in all Valisthea, some have said. Not that I look the part in these tattered rags.
Oh, don't judge a book by its cover, right?
No obstacle could have kept me from my studies. Yet here I am, a wizened windbag, bested by the many steps of Tabor. The answers I seek lying just beyond my enfeebled reach. Would you do an old man a kindness and brave the stairs in my stead? You'll be amply rewarded, of course.
I might learn something.
Climb the stairs and...
And memorize a few inscriptions for me, assuming you know your letters, that is. Some courteous soul is rumored to have carved clues to Tabor's rich history into stones dotted about the village.
All right.
To be precise, one each to the north, south, and east. I'm here in the hope that those carvings might shed light on a riddle I've been pondering for some time. Namely, the otherwise undocumented origins of Tabor's unique people. People quite unlike those of neighboring lands.
I can't promise I'll remember everything perfectly.
Remember what you can. I'll piece together the rest. Make for the domed pavilions, and you'll have no trouble finding the stones.
Should be easy enough. Carved in stone. Here's one. Children of the hunters, now tillers of the land, reap her promised blessing and give praise her gracious hand. Okay.
Farmers must have settled here in Tabor.
I hope I don't actually have to memorize it.
Quarry's been hard to find since the skies turned.
Alright, then this one. Wanderers of the golden plains, lay your roots in stone. With pride recall thy noble past and make these rocks a home. Okay.
What golden plains might the wanderers have called home, I wonder?
Last one. Guardians of the crystal, the first stones of Tabor. Sacred hold thy noble blood till ends the mother's labor. Okay.
No history would be complete without mention of the mother crystals. I should speak to the old scholar before I forget everything I've read.
Scholarly sorts like him always are, aren't they?
Alright, I've got them all. I think. I hope.
Engravings were in good repair considering their age.
Oh, what that I could have seen for myself. Come, don't tease me now. What did you learn of this place and its people? Let's start with the engraving to the south, shall we? What did it say?
Oh, crap. Guardians of the crystal?
Guardians of the crystal, the first stones of Tabor. Sacred hold thy noble blood till ends the mother's labor. I'm pretty sure that was it.
Fascinating. It would seem the founders of this city were descendants of those fallen charged with protecting the mother crystals. But whatever could have driven the Guardians so far from their sacred charges, I wonder? The engraving to the north is next, I think.
Wanderers of the Golden Plains.
Wanderers of the Golden Plains, lay your roots in stone. With pride recall thy noble past, and make these rocks a home. Or, I think that was it, at least.
No doubt you're right. There are vestiges of nomadic customs in Tabor its guardian roots could never account for. This is proving most enlightening. Now, for the final stone.
Oh, goodness. It's the tillers of the land. I wonder what happens if you don't get these right.
Children of the hunters, now tillers of the land, reap her promised blessing and give praise her gracious hand. That's all three.
And so, we add primitive farmers to Tabor's founding peoples, the final piece of the puzzle. 3 engravings, one for each of the 3 peoples to have settled Tabor in ancient times. Guardians of the Mother Crystal, wanderers from across the plains, and last but certainly not least, hunters turned farmers.
Okay, what does that all mean?
Little wonder it was so difficult to trace the roots of Tabor's culture. Those roots reach down through 3 distinct traditions. Nonetheless, one cannot help but wonder why this fact is not better known among scholars, given that the stones stand here for all to see.
Too many stairs, perhaps.
Ha! Too many by far. Here, and thank you.
Yeah, I do wonder if I had given him the wrong answers, would he have come to a different conclusion, or would he have just been like, no, that doesn't sound right? Made me go again. Oh. What's happening?
Cyril. How fares the search?
Well,
Somebody mentioned
Your
Cyril.
Grace, my report shall be with you ere long.
Some of the NPCs
Yes.
mentioned him, at least.
Yote is otherwise engaged at my behest.
And the duty of wardenship?
Fulfilled. For as you see, I've been reunited with my first shield.
I am Cyril, Knight of the Undying and bearer of the Burning Quill.
Ah,
Charged with chronicling the mortal deeds of His Grace, Joshua Rosfield, keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix and rightful Archduke of Rosaria.
I entrusted Cyril here with overseeing the investigation into Ultima's origins. Findings from his brothers and sisters afield are delivered here to be collated and catalogued.
Just how many Undying are there?
Not nearly enough, milady. Yet we are glad to give our all in service to the Phoenix. Such is, and has ever been, our creed.
I see.
You have your associates, I have mine. But you may now think of them as ours. That won't be a problem, will it?
The Phoenix is our sun, and we but the shadows that quicken in his radiance. It is from the darkness that we serve, both him and now you.
that'll be useful, hopefully.
Pray accept this token.
Seal obtained. You accept the Phoenix down from Cyril
For
the
as long as you
Undying.
bear it, members of our order will reveal themselves unto you. If there is nothing further,
No. You are dismissed.
Your Grace.
Well, that means now I can pick up anybody who faints in battle.
To Kanver, then.
We'll talk about this later. Cyril seemed very, You certainly keep strange bedfellows, Joshua.
Okay, so I want to get back this way to complete this quest, but I don't know how to get there just yet. I'm hoping that will become apparent as we continue on. Indeed it has. All I had to do was step into this little fork, and now I know which way to go.
Are you sure this is the right way, brother?
Joshua, I know you're new here. However, you need to understand, I always explore every single nook and cranny, as well as complete every side quest. Just get used to it. Also, this might be our hunt. Hats. It is. Oh my goodness, these things are freaky looking. The pack. Only rank C. What a bunch of noobs.
You're on my side, Tabor.
Oh my goodness. These things do not stagger. That's good to know. At least they don't stagger easily. Ow! God! Uh-oh. Ow. Good lord, these things are strong and...
Too slow.
Oh, okay. Let me go ahead and... Okay. Be the last one. Oh, I forgot I'm no longer Titan. Ow. There it is. Okay. I was trying to get my whatever the special thing that lets me go semi-prime. Trying to get that back up by blocking. Ended up kind of screwing myself over more than anything.
Shouldn't mess with the leader of the pack, eh, boy?
Cannot mess with the best boy. Alright, well, it looks like we found our Dread Evis.
Old he may be, but it looks like there's still plenty of fight in him yet.
Too bad all that fire means absolutely nothing. Too easy. Yeah, I hate to tell you, but you're about to be dead. You're about to be a dead Ephus. There we go. Thanks, brain.
That's the way.
Too easy. Evis skin and a dragon talon.
This thing reeks. The sooner it's off my hands, the better.
Well, let's head on back then. Alright, we got your skin.
Here's your hide, as requested.
I worried you might never return. Quickly, let me see it.
But you think I was not a man of my word?
As supple as a maiden's cheek, yet as adamant as her virtue.
What?
This is everything I had hoped for, and more. Clearly, my trust in you was not misplaced. You must be a hunter of considerable talent to have bested the beast with nary a scratch.
I mean,
Join me as
it is
my
what it
honored
is.
partner. With my means and your might, we shall be as wealthy as the merchant kings of Zemeckis.
Actually, I've got other
I
things.
don't plan on making a habit of this. I'm busy enough as it is.
Very well. Though I believe fate had a hand in our meeting, it would be unbecoming of me to beg. Do not allow me to keep you from being about your business. Here, for the hide.
Quest complete. A meteorite and 100 bloody hide. Okay. I would have rather you just give me coin, but whatever. On our way to Kanver. Here we go.
Then let us be rid of them.
Yeah, we still don't really know what's going on with the orcs and the Waluders. Like why they're using them in the first place.
Clive. Smoke.
Is the city fallen?
Not quite yet, but is close, more than likely. Before we do that, let me go check and see what the long way around holds for me. Well, apparently nothing but enemies over there. That kind of sucks. Another obelisk, sweet.
The free men are still holding their own then.
Do we have any idea where Gav and the others might be?
There's a warehouse near the docks where we agreed to meet if there was any trouble. We should hurry.
Well, hopefully they're all safe. Oh. There are more side quests, apparently. Goodness, there's so many side quests nowadays. Alright, well, I've already accepted that I'm probably going to be recording for quite a while today, because I have plenty of time. So I've already recorded for a long time. This might turn into more than just 2 videos, which is fine. I'm actually really trying to get through this, mainly because Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is in my possession, but I'm waiting to complete this until I start it. So I think I'm just going to do an extra long recording session today. I feel like I'm right on the edge of reaching something very important happening, especially knowing that Barnabas and Harbert are both here in Kanver. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into these side quests, and maybe even, let's see, doesn't seem like there are any new hunts. There's a new missive though, so I'll go check that out. But yeah, let's go ahead and we'll start here in Bucklad. Ah, it looks like we've got to come talk to
We'll need help.
Eloise.
We'll have to find it, and fast. We cannot let this chance pass us by.
I don't know why I thought it was Eleanor.
Clive, your timing is impeccable. It just so happens that right at this very moment, we're in need of someone with your talents.
And what talents would those be?
Why, your fearlessness, and your skill with a blade.
Sounds like me.
Well, as I'm sure you're aware, when these dark skies swept over the Republic, so too did a wave of chaos and confusion.
Right.
Randalar has been particularly badly affected. Many of the capital's bearers have lost their masters, or taken the opportunity to flee them. None remain free for long, of course. Most find themselves under the protection of the Fist before they get far. But the army too is in disarray, and finds itself unable to provide for its new charges. Which means it has been looking to sell.
And you've been looking to buy, to make sure these masterless bearers remain that way.
Precisely. It's the perfect opportunity to free dozens more, and for an attractive price, no less.
So where does my skill with a blade come in?
Though we may have the funds to buy these bearers, we have nowhere to house them. So we've been searching for a place where they can be resettled. Somewhere far from the prying eyes of those who would see them enslaved once more. And we believe we have found one. Cashlock. A small hamlet hidden in a canyon. The place was abandoned a long time ago, but when the men moved out, the beasts moved in.
Yeah, this sounds like right up my alley.
We seek the aid of a fearless swordsman to encourage them to look elsewhere. You'll help, won't you?
How could I refuse?
How could I refuse?
Excellent. Theo, if you wouldn't mind making arrangements for the transportation of our guests, as we discussed.
Of course. Leave everything with me.
Sounds like you'll have your work cut out for you.
I will. We have an entire village to stock and furnish. Residents and all. Even if I begin right now, I'll be working day and night. So I'd better get started. Try to clear the place out before the wagons roll in, won't you?
I'll do my best.
You will find a village in Chedra's Thread, past Lateney's Cleft. My man there will open the gate for you.
All right.
Ah, okay.
Wish me luck.
I remember that
I'm
little
sure
area.
you won't need it.
Trading places. That's right, this little abandoned fishing village. This was the gate that I think was closed before. And here it is.
This must have been a nice place once.
It will be again.
Just do this. Get a bunch of enemies in here. Oh. No problem. Enemy slain.
I think that's the last of them.
I think you're right. Let's head back to Boklat.
Indeed. Hello there, Theodore?
Is something the matter, Theodore? Quiet.
What?
Those are our terms. I trust that you will give them your full consideration.
I shall. Thank you.
What's the problem?
Him again.
Someone you know?
Yes. And, no. But enough about him. How did you fare down in Cashlock?
It's done. The village is safe now.
You made quick work of it, as always.
I should go and let Eloise know.
Don't let me keep you. But Clive, don't tell her I was watching her, will you? She'll only get upset. I'll explain everything once you've finished with your report.
Okay.
All right. We'll speak then.
I wonder if this means next time we go to the abandoned fishing village, there will actually be people living there. That'd be kind of a cool little
Eloise,
thing.
I just got back from Cashlock. The village should be safe now.
Thank you, Clive. Here, something for your trouble.
Well, thank you.
Well then, now that you have laid the groundwork for our little project, I suppose we'd better finish the job. The first thing we'll need to do is make sure our offer for the bearers is accepted.
You're still in negotiations.
We are. A trusted colleague has been dealing with the Fist on our behalf, but things have been trickier than we anticipated. I suppose it's to be expected. This is the army we're dealing with. Fighting's what they do. But we shall emerge victorious in the end.
Well, if you need any help, you know where to find me.
I'm not sure I do. But thank you, all the same.
Quest complete. Very nice. Alright, now what's your problem, Theodore?
Ah, Clive.
You wanted to talk?
The man I was watching earlier, the one speaking to my sister. He represents the Silver Peak Consortium. It's one of the bigger trading houses.
I don't think I've heard of them.
Well, every trader in Dharmekia has. They operate across the length and breadth of the Republic. And they're still expanding. They've been trying to get Eloise to join their ranks for some time now. And judging by her reaction earlier, I'd say she had half a mind to accept their latest offer.
And you'd rather she didn't?
I would rather she did what makes her happy. And I would never deny her such an opportunity. Eloise saved me from slavery. And we have striven to save others like me ever since. But this was not the life my sister wanted, nor the one she deserves. I won't let her give up on her dreams again for my sake. She freed me from my bonds. And she must be freed from hers in turn.
You're a good man, Theo.
I have always been grateful for what my sister did for me. And I want to repay the favor by letting her live her own life. But each time an opportunity to do just that arises, she turns it down. For my sake.
And tell her what you want.
She loves you.
And I love her. Which is why I want this time to be different. To show her that I don't need to be watched over anymore. Though I'm sure I'll still need some help from time to time. I trust that I can count on you.
Of course.
Always.
Thank you, Clive. Well then, I had better get back to work. These bearers aren't going to move themselves. That's a job for the Crimson Caravans.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I think that'll be really cool if we go back there and there's just a town full of bearers that were freed. I wasn't sure if they had any more to say, but it doesn't seem like it. So now, move to Lost Wing. We'll finally get to talk to the guy whose name I have forgotten, probably.
I'll be taking you all to a storehouse in
Oh,
the
that's right.
Leave anything you don't need.
I forgot they were about to go to war with some guy who wanted him dead. Alright, what was your name again?
Know what you have to do.
Quentin.
Clive, I fear that I must bid you farewell.
No,
As
let
you
me
know,
help.
Our time grows short. The Lord Chief Justice's vultures are circling. We must strike now. Before we part, I want you to know that, though I may not always have been your most vocal ally, I trust you, as I trusted your predecessor.
Thank you. I appreciate the sentiment, and I understand more than anyone how you feel. But is revenge really the answer?
It is the one I found, and it is all that I have lived for since that day.
But what of Lostwing? Everything you've built.
I built Lostwing to achieve this aim. Once it is done, the village will have served its purpose. My comrades and I are sure of our cause, and we shall fight to the last, come what may.
Let me help you.
But there are those among us who cannot fight. Children, the elderly, bearers afflicted by the curse. I would place Lostwing in their hands, if I thought it would do them any good. But a village home only to the frail and the infirm is not likely to stay a safe haven for long. And so, Clive, I find myself turning to you once more. Will you take them to your hideaway, that they might live even should Lostwing die?
I don't know why I can't just say, let me fight for you. But sure, I will.
I will.
Thank you. I will not have it said that I did not see to the well-being of those who rallied to my cause. The people I speak of have withdrawn to Gotan's Bales, away from danger in case the Black Shields strike.
Understood. I'll make sure they get to the hideaway safely.
Then the last of my preparations are complete. Fare you well, Clive. And may Griga guide us. All of us.
For great justice, too?
Come then, brother. We are awaited in Gotan's Bales.
Oh. Interesting that Joshua said something about this. Because it's felt like any of the side quests that I do, typically Clive is the only one that does the talking. So I just assumed they didn't want to have either any of your party members talk, just in case, you know, different part of the story you come and do the side quests and maybe they're not around for that part for whatever reason. Yeah, I don't know. It's a little odd. I figured we would be helping Quentin with his fight against the Lord Chief Justice and taking down all of the Black Shields, especially considering the fact that, I mean, Clive is a shield, and the Black Shields are basically like a bastardization of what he was. Figured he'd want to take him out too.
Everyone, Quentin has asked that you come with me. He can no longer guarantee your protection, but I can. There's a safe place I can take you to.
Well, if that's what the Master thinks best. Sid, none of us would be standing here today if it weren't for Master Quentin. We owe him our lives, so we ain't about to start telling him what he should do with his. If he's saying we ain't safe in Lostwing no more, it's 'cause he ain't coming back. And if that's what has to happen, then so be it. I only hope he can see this through to the end. That we get to see justice done.
I hope so too.
Oi!
What?
You lot! Where's everyone else? They ain't already left, have they?
They've gone with Master Quentin.
Fuck! Fuck! Fuck!
Okay, calm down.
What's wrong?
Use your words.
I've just come from the Justice's manor. We have to get Quentin to call off the attack. It ain't just the Black Shields protecting the place. He's got a guard dog and all. A fucking monster. They don't stand a chance against that thing. If I don't get the message to them, they're all gonna fucking die.
It's alright, I got this.
We can't let this happen. Sid! Don't worry about us. You've got to catch up with him. We can't let Quentin die before that bastard does.
All right. I'll do what I can.
I really...
Where's this manor?
It's way over to the east, through the woods. Heaven Hall, he calls it.
Promise us, Sid.
Ah, Heaven Hall.
Promise us you'll do what you can.
Kind of figured that was going to be an important place at some point. But I'm really hoping this isn't going to be a situation where I go and help Quentin save his life and then come back and all of these guys are dead. Because that just feels like something this game would do, you know? Alright, through the gates we go. It is very silent. Can't be a good sign. Oh.
Clive, look.
No. Don't tell me we're too late.
Crap.
Quentin, are you all right?
No. But I am alive. Which is more than I can say for my comrades. They followed me without question all the way here. And they died. For nothing.
Well, time for this thing to die.
Guard dog. Quentin. I'll hold it off. You go.
But
your comrades didn't die for nothing. They died for you. Don't let their sacrifice be in vain.
I won't.
Come on, then.
That is no mere guard dog.
No. Just a rabid beast that needs to be put down. Too slow.
You can't handle me.
Nice try. Too slow.
Yeah, I think this battle is over. I really don't think he ever stood a chance, but, you know. Props to you for trying.
Another down.
Easy. I don't even know why these enemies try anymore. Can't handle me.
If only we'd arrived earlier.
If only you'd just gone with them at the beginning. I don't understand why that wasn't an option.
Is it over?
It is. He wept and begged for mercy. And I cut him from ear to ear.
Wait, that's it?
Just as I dreamed of doing all these years. All my plans. Building a haven in Lostwing. Freeing bearers from their chains and recruiting them to my cause. It was all for this. But what is this? Justice? My faithful comrades. All those lives lost. So that I might take another.
Quentin.
Master Quentin! Oh, thank Grieger you're safe.
You're alive.
And so are you. I'm so sorry. I tried to warn you about that thing. And I hate to say it, but there's more bad news. It's Lostwing. It's been flooded.
Wait, what?
What?
Damn.
Lost wing. My lost wing.
And look who's here.
They must have stolen in after we left, just before the flood struck. What if there are still people in there?
Don't be a fool.
Quentin.
Damn it.
Why would he do that?
Quentin's not going to last long in there. Then we finish this quickly. Stay down.
Alright, time to go deal with these guys. More? Or just gotta go help Quentin? Oh crap. Joshua's semi-primed? Or just whipped out his feathers for some reason. Man, how many enemies are there?
Quentin! Hold on. I'm gonna get you out of here! Stay down!
Okay. Yeah. It'd suck if he turned to Kashyyyk.
I need to get back to Quentin.
Hurry!
Quentin! Quentin! Look at me! Thank the Founder. He hasn't turned. I'm going to get you out of here.
Although now that I think about it, he is a bear, so he would last a little bit longer in Ether Flood than just normal human.
Welcome back to the land of the living.
Is Lost Wing?
The flood has filled the valley.
I see. Then all is at an end. A strange way to achieve one's life's ambition.
No, Master Quentin. Save your strength.
Why? All that I strove for is gone. Only emptiness remains. I have nothing left to live for.
What the heck are you on about? You've got us, ain't you? Don't try telling me you only freed us so you could get revenge. We're more than that to you, and we all know it.
I thought you weren't coming back. But I prayed, and you did. There's got to be a reason for that, right? Can't we just go back to how it was? You know, you looking after us all.
Your work ain't over yet, Master Quentin. We believed that you were the right man to lead us, and we still do.
Your village may be lost, but it seems your people aren't. so long as you remain to guide them.
But why? After what why would anyone follow me?
'Cause we're family, aren't we?
Family?
Yeah, and all our comrades who went with you, they felt the same. Lostwing weren't just a village. It was all of us.
It was. And as long as we're still here, it is too.
We can start again. Build a new Lostwing, right here in the Bales.
Right.
A fresh start. One life ends, and another begins. Why just a village? We could build towns. A nation, even. What's to stop us?
That's the Master Quentin we know.
Please. I am nobody's master. Quentin will suffice. After all, we are family.
That's right, Quentin. You don't have a village. You got family.
Permit me to withdraw my request. I will no longer be needing your help in looking after my people.
I'll pretend you never asked.
But you must be rewarded for your efforts on our behalf. You saved my life twice over. And more besides.
A bottle or two of your finest red will suffice.
Of course. Nothing but the best. And I have a feeling that this year's vintage will be the finest yet. If you don't mind waiting, that is.
I look forward to it.
Quest complete. So I'll admit, not a big fan of that one. Ooh, Hangman Signboard. Also, Breath of Wind for Wicked Wheel. Mainly because it was a very important quest. You know, like a lot happened. It's the conclusion for Quentin in his fight for vengeance against the guy that wronged him all those years ago. You know, it's a very big moment. You know, and then after everybody goes and fights, they all die, and then they come back and Lostwing is drowned by ether. I mean, that should be a big moment, and yet you don't have any cutscenes for it. You know, Quentin goes in and confronts the Lord Justice off screen, and then kills him off screen, and then we come back but we don't see anything that happened with the flood. We just come back and it's flooded, and then there are, you know, black knights or black shields in there. It feels, for the weight of everything that happened in this side quest, it feels like there should have been some more showing instead of telling. And that's my big thing. You know, obviously show don't tell is a big narrative device anyway, but especially for one that had this much weight to it, for somebody that's been helping the Hideaway for years. You know, Quentin is one of the first characters, like side characters, that we met outside of the Hideaway, and yet we don't get to see any of the stuff that happened with him. It all gets told to us, basically. I feel like that was very weird, and like I said, the fact that Quentin didn't even bother to ask Clive to come help him in the fight seems like an odd decision to me. Really disappointed with that side quest, if I'm being perfectly honest, but it's one of the few that I feel like have not quite lived up to the rest. Wasn't bad, still, it just was a little frustrating. Alright, Martha, what have you got for us?
Ah, Clive. Just the man I was hoping to see.
Oh? And why is that?
You remember how some of Sir Wade's guardians took up residence here after the Akashic attacked? Well, now the rest have come to join him. Seems their barracks in the Lazarus have been lost to an ether flood. Now, I don't mind having a few more brave boys around to keep them animals at bay. I ain't daft after all. But we ain't got nowhere for 'em to bed down. Poor buggers are having to make do with haylofts and chocobo pens.
We're gonna clear out
I'd build 'em
another...
a new barracks here if I could. But where would I put 'em? There just ain't enough room up here on the rock.
Clear out another village,
Which leaves
maybe?
us in a bit of a pickle. The people we're counting on to keep us safe are living like beggars.
I see.
And it ain't just that lot. There's bears to think about too. There's been more and more of them turning up lately, coming from all over looking for safe haven. But there's only so many we can shelter with the room we've got. We can't keep cramming more and more people into less and less space. What we need is a new home for our new arrivals. And that's what I was hoping you might help me with. If it ain't too much of a burden, of course.
It's no burden?
It's no burden.
Thank you, Clive.
So, where were you thinking of making this new home?
Well, I reckon we could do a lot worse than Eastpool.
Eastpool. It's been a long time since I thought about that place.
It was a tragedy, what happened. And if any of us could have done anything to stop it, we would have. But what's done is done. And those who lived there wouldn't have wanted the village they loved to be left in ruins.
I suppose you're right.
The blight might be pressing in, but I reckon it's got a good few years left in it yet. There's just one problem. A band of cutthroats have made it their den, and they don't seem like they'll be moving on in a hurry. Nasty bastards they are too. I've lost some good men to their raids. Would have sent someone to clear 'em out sooner, if my boys didn't already have their hands full fending off the Akashic. But now we've got a few more Guardians of the Flame to call on. I reckon it's time we made our move. What do you say? Fancy leading a raiding party?
Let's do it.
I do. Eastpool was once home to people I loved. I won't have bandits sully those memories. I'll gladly drive them out of there.
And I know the men will gladly follow you. I've already shared a few thoughts with Sir Wade about how we might be able to win the place back. And I dare say he's got some ideas of his own too. Why don't you go and talk to him?
Of course.
Rekindling the flame. Let's go.
Back to Eastpool, then.
Not just yet. Let's hear Wade's plan first.
Hello, Wade.
So, Wade, it's good to see you well.
And you, Lord Rossfield. And you.
I spoke with Martha. She tells me you have plans to free Eastpool and make it your own.
That's right, though it was mostly her idea. I rather fear my men have been treading on her toes somewhat since joining us, not to mention each other's. And then there are the bearers, men and women who found the courage to flee their masters and sought refuge here. We need somewhere to settle them, and I can think of worse places than Eastpool.
As can I. Which is why I agreed to help you win it back.
That's very kind of you. I'd be most grateful if you would. With you beside us, we shall soon send that rabble of rogues running for the hills.
So, what
Some
can you
decent
tell me?
alliteration there, Wade.
That thankfully there aren't too many of them. Fewer than a dozen at our last count. And rather less, thankfully. The road that leads there will more than likely still be crawling with Akashic. A small force would suffice to clear the village, but if the Akashic were to follow them in, that force could end up trapped between a rock and a very hard place indeed.
I'll head into Eastpool and deal with the bandits. You and the Guardians can stay outside the village and fend off any Akashic who come too close. Make sure I'm not taken unawares.
I can't ask you to bear all that risk yourself, my lord.
Please.
The Akashic are the bigger risk. I can handle a few bandits.
Well, if you're sure, I shall summon my men at once.
Shall I wait for you here?
No need, my lord. You go on ahead. We'll be with you before long.
All right. I'll meet you at Eastpool then.
We shall
Can't believe
see
you
there,
think that I can't take on a
and
few
may
bandits.
victory await our coming.
Alrighty then, bandits. Time for you to die.
Who the hell are you? Kill them!
You will leave this place.
Or face the consequences.
No problem
That's
there.
the end of that then.
Guess we're gonna have to fix some Akashic now. Oh.
Or maybe not. What's that thing doing here? Doesn't matter. It goes too. Nice try.
Ow.
Nice try.
Okay, that's... Ow. Oh my. I was not ready for that. Almost done here. There we go. Took a few hits to be fair, but not too bad overall.
Any more surprises? I'll take that as a no.
Bravo.
You guys were just watching?
A magnificent display, my lord.
You were watching? I thought you were keeping an eye out for a Kashik.
We were. Put down more than a few on the road, then arrived just in time to see you slay that... whatever it was.
Let's hope it was the last of its kind. Though I expect you and the Guardians will be up to the challenge should another appear.
I would hope so, my lord.
Your men will be bringing the bearers who'll be living here, I assume. It might be best to send word for them to come right away, before any other unsavory characters move in.
Of course. I'll send orders for them to depart immediately. Leave it with me, my lord.
Sometime later.
Home. Without masters.
No. We're the masters now. Our lives are our own at last.
That's all of them, and not a single Akashek in sight. Now to begin the important work of rebuilding the place. It won't be easy, especially not after 5 years of beasts and blackguards having their wicked way with the place. The masonry might still be sturdy enough, but half the beams are rotted. Those that weren't lost in the fire or burned by the bandits, that is. It'll take a bit of elbow grease, but we'll see Eastpool rise again. Just you wait.
So wait. Lady Hannah is buried here. If you don't mind, I'd like Oscar to join the rebuilding efforts. He should be a part of this.
Of course. I couldn't agree more.
I'll let Martha know that everyone arrived safely. If you need anything more, you have only to send a Stolas.
And we will, my lord. Safe travels.
Eastpool lives again.
Let's go and tell Martha the good news.
Very cool. I like that some of these side quests are doing stuff like this and what happened at the abandoned fishing village, where now, you know, it seems like you can come here and see everybody that's living in this new place. I wonder if that means we might get some new treasure chests as well in these areas. Might be something to check out later. We did it, Martha.
Ah, there you are. All went well then. Sir Wade told me you got rid of the bandits while his lot kept an eye out. Nicely done. And what's all this about some shape-shifting nightmare showing up? On second thoughts, don't tell me. It'll only give me nightmares of me own. What matters is you did it. And now we can build our new village.
I suppose it will be. What will you call it?
What else? Eastpool. Sir Wade said it best. There's plenty bad happened to that place, but that don't undo the good that happened there. No need to throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Did Wade say that?
Well, something along those lines. Anyway, the poor souls might have made it to Eastpool, but their work ain't done yet. So the way I see it, neither is mine. If it's food or lumber or strong backs they need, the rest is ready to provide it.
Very
nice. Thank you, Martha.
No, thank you. You didn't have to help us.
I wanted to.
Clive helping people all over the place. Alright, back in the hideaway, first and foremost, look at the new orchestrion roll that we bought. On the Shoulders of Giants. Ah, okay. Again, it's very weird to think of battle music being here while you're just walking around. Alright, we got missives. On our own terms. From Karen, oh boy. I regret that both you and the lump had to get all tangled up in the wicked weave of my sordid past. Thanks to your meddling, it's finally able to put to rest matters that were left too long to fester. And with that finally done, might be I can sit back and enjoy this new world of yours you're so keen on creating. One don't need a pair of eyes to see the good you've done. Karen. Okay, duty. From Yote. My Lord Marquis, in your absence shall I watch over my new charges, affording them every protection I am able. I only ask that you do the same for his grace. Yote. And starting over. Clive, I cannot begin to thank you for all you've done for Lostwing. So in lieu of any awkward what is that word? Remerciements. I guess. I shall be sending several barrels of next season's vintage. I can only hope they finally turn you off of that foamy swill you and yours so covet. Quentin. Good for you, Quentin. Now let's check out the thing you gave me. Hanged Man Signboard. The emblem of the Hanged Man, a tavern that sits in the heart of Lostwing, now in the depths of an ether flood. It depicts a hooded, bound, and starved man hung by the ankles, perhaps contemplating how he will take his vengeance on those who made him hit this way. Now that Quentin strives to build a new future for the remnants of his Lostwing family, mayhap the Hanged Man will rise again, but likely under a different name. Cool. I just realized Oscar's here.
My Lord Marquis, I heard about Eastpool, that some of my fellow guardians are to build a new home there, both for themselves and for Madame Martha's bearers. Is it true?
It's true. The village is to be rebuilt.
I have many fond memories of Eastpool. When I was a child, we would visit my aunt and uncle often. They would lavish attention upon me as if I were the son they never had. I went to see Aunt Hannah after my uncle passed away, but not nearly as often as I should have.
Oscar, I'd like you to assist Sir Wade in the rebuilding efforts.
But my lord, my training is not yet complete. I couldn't possibly.
I warned you I might not be the easiest of masters, but I'm not as hard-hearted as that. Go. Be with your aunt. Rebuild her home. Is what she would have wanted.
Yes, my lord. Thank you, my lord.
Well, that's interesting. He has to come be a part of us, and then now I'm just sending him on his way. Desiree has some more stuff for us.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Come to claim your just desserts.
Expand. Okay, so 1550 is my next goal. We have a gift. Enclosed you will find an item of high and strange order, one for which I require neither thanks nor recompense. Consider a reminder of where loyalties are best placed. The Talisman of Priming. That sounds
Best of luck out there, Sid.
awesome. What does it do? Increases Lionheart tonic duration by 30 seconds. Sad to say. Wait, what?
Let me tell you a story, Clive.
I just wanted to see what the Lionheart tonic was.
Them rumours wet legs were spreading. Might be they weren't just tales plucked out of thin air. You see, there were a time when I weren't too particular about who I sold steel to, so long as they paid me the right price. Some women lust after blood, others after flesh, but me, I were always one for gold.
That's no surprise.
To satisfy that lust, I sold to opposing armies, stabbed my every client in the back, made myself the most hated woman in the twins. But then one day I met a man who made me a different kind of offer. Said he'd give me access to a realm-wide community of like-minded individuals in constant need of steel and sundries. On the condition I sold to him and his alone.
Was that the first time you met Sid?
Aye. and I fell right into his damn trap.
Mm.
He was true to his word, so I ended up being true to mine, and I soon started making the best profits I've seen since taking up the trade. And all without aiding or abetting any outlaws. Except Sid himself, that is. Told me about his plan to topple the mother crystals, you know. Said that with them gone, the realm would want for all manner of things. An opportunity for the likes of me to mint gil. Why, I reckon an enterprising individual could find himself the richest dam in the Twins. And that's when he had me. I emptied my stores that day and moved into the Hideaway proper. And the rest, as they say, is ancient bloody history. A dozen years on, and I'm still not the richest dam. Not for lack of trying, mind. But I can say that I have never been happier. You've all shown me there are some things more precious than gil.
That there are.
So don't you go messing it all up. Or you'll have me to answer to.
That was interesting. Also, kind of sad that she's able to do a better Sid impression than I'm able to do an impression of her.
Still alive, are ya?
Oh, God. Fine, we'll ask about Goots.
That great lump.
Why, he's the gentlest and most dutiful soul I've ever had the pleasure to meet. He might not be the brightest crystal in the crate, but he's got a good heart, and I'd far rather have an honest fool working for me than a clever scoundrel. He never shirks his duties, never answers back, never dips his finger in the coffers.
No.
I won't hear a bad word said about him, though I might say a few myself. The lad's even got Blackthorn teaching him the secrets of smithing now, so I'm keeping my one good eye on Forge. That blowhard of a blacksmith should even think about doing good stone. We'll be having words.
Go ahead and sell what we have. Decent amount of money. Alright, Lionheart Tonic gradually fills limit break gauge for 33 seconds. Okay, so if I wear it, it'll increase that. I honestly thought when I read the name of the necklace, I thought it was going to be something related to semi-prime, and like maybe it made it last longer, or maybe it increased the strength, but yeah. Lionheart Tonic is not exactly one that I'm probably going to be using very much, so we will keep what we have for now. Ooh, rank B, the Man in Black. The greater part of those black shields who spied on Lost Wing were taken by the Aether Flood. However, we received reports that one yet survives, a zealot of their evil cause who persists in delivering any bearer who strays too close to his hiding place to a gruesome death. Alas, he has heretofore proved more than a match for the Cursebreakers sent to slay him. Lost Wing and Sambrech. Okay, so the question is, where is he? There is this cellar passage. He might be back here. That might be the first place I check. And then after this, I think this will be the last thing I do before I finally jump into the main story quest. I don't think there's going to be anything else. Oh, there's a treasure chest back here. 5 bloody hides. But is he hiding out down here, I wonder? Yep. I think this is where I faced Benedicta before. And she actually summoned one of her little minions. I think this is where I faced it. Oh. Oh, okay. Strikes 3 times, got it. Ow.
You'll regret doing my mother's bidding.
Okay. Gotta do.
You're not leaving. Nice try.
And stagger. I don't think you stand a chance. What you got?
Nice try. Nice try.
Oh, okay. I thought I would... Okay.
Hold still. Let's try. We're not leaving.
And you're done, son. No problem. I was expecting a little bit more just because, I don't know, he only had those few moves. Ooh, but look at this chest. Sweet, some stuff to sell. Okay, finally, we've completed all the side missions, all the hunts that are available. Let's do this. The free cities of Kanver. From humble beginnings did a handful of villages join to form a staunch alliance that now controls much of the realm's mercantile trade. I feel like this is going to be something's going to happen here. Again, I don't think we're going to be going up against Barnabas, but there's a good chance we go up against Harvard. The warehouse district.
Sounds like thunder.
You're late. We're starting to think you'd stumbled off a cliff.
I seem to recall that was you, Gav.
Good to see you. Any trouble on the road?
Nothing we couldn't handle.
I knew you'd come. Is that who I think it is?
Yes.
Allow me to introduce my brother, Joshua.
Clive's told me all about you. Or even listening most of the time. Name's Midadol, but everyone calls me Mid.
My lady.
Hey?
My
Byron.
It's really you. I never thought I'd see the day.
Good old Uncle Byron.
So these Akashic are being controlled.
That's what it looked like. Empty eyes, eerie blue glow. No doubt they were turned, but silent as monks, every last one of them.
Interesting.
Your man here speaks true, Clive. We saw more than a few in this city. They moved in ranks with a purpose, and not of their own.
Ultima's doing.
Perhaps.
What of the city? The people?
Dead, mostly.
Mostly, but not all. A handful managed to lock themselves in their villas before the Horde arrived. Some in the merchants' district to the west, and a few others on the far bank.
Well, it looks like it's our duty to save them.
If the Akashic stumble across either hiding place, a few bolted doors won't hold them for long. We need to find them. And quickly.
Indeed.
What do you propose?
We split into two parties. I will make for the merchants' district, while you look to those across the river. Mind keeping an eye on my brother?
Not at all. We find the villa and try the servants' entrance.
Understood.
And what of us?
Mid, is she fit to sail?
The ship, the Mithril engine could probably do with a few more tweaks.
Then you better work fast. Even if we do reach the survivors in time, they'll never make it to the hideaway on foot.
You leave that to me.
See that Mid doesn't get herself into trouble, would you?
Think I can manage that?
I'll keep him safe.
Looks like you stuck with me, Byron.
That's Lord Rossfield, you little gutter snipe!
I got the feeling they would get along just about that well.
And you keep Clive safe.
Be careful. Both of you.
You too.